Hello, everybody. This is Wesley Adams talking February 3rd, Friday, 2023, and welcome to Global Game Jam. Woo! So we are starting a little bit early just because we have a full house, but what we're going to go ahead and do is just kind of start up the video just so that we can kind of get that knocked out so you guys can start to get our teams figured out and all that good stuff, figure out the theme, and get started with your game jam. So my name is Wesley Adams. I'll be one of your hosts this weekend to kind of help you out with the Central Ohio Game Dev Group Game Jam. We also are here with our lovely personnel, Caleb Eno. He will be able to help you. Thank you so much. And Tony. Tony's also here, as well as... Okay. Tom was here, but I don't know where he is now. But... Oh, that's right. Yes, Tom is also here. Yay! So you'll have four COGG admins this entire weekend to help you out, and then you have Kevin and I always forget his name. There's a couple of folks out there. If they have GameArena hats, they're here to help you as well, right? So if you need help at the front desk or have questions about equipment, we can guide you there, or you can talk to them directly. So without further ado, we're going to do more information afterwards, so I don't want to take up more time, but we're going to go ahead and play our amazing video that they provided us, and they'll give you a little bit more of information about what Global Game Jam is all about. So I'll go ahead. Am I good to...
Yeah, you're good.
Hello everyone, I'm Tim Cullings, the Executive Director of Global Game Jam, and welcome to Global Game Jam 2023. And for the first time, we're welcoming Global Game Jam Next 2023 at the same time as GGJ, and we're excited to have you all here with us and excited for the theme reveal, of course, that's about to happen in a few short minutes. First of all, we'd like to say thank you, though, to our board, our staff, all of our committee members, our regional organizers, our site organizers, our volunteers, our great keynote speakers, and of course our sponsors who make this whole thing possible. Please make sure that during the jam or before to visit our sponsor page and check out all of the great offers that the sponsors have. A lot of them are free offers for technology, tools, engines, all to make your jam a lot easier, a lot more fun. Let you try to learn some new things with new tools and technology. So definitely make sure you go and check that out. And thanks to all our sponsors again for making this possible. And most of all, sometime during this weekend, find and thank your site organizers during the jam or whatever time period you're doing this jam. Definitely give them a nice thank you for all the hard work that they've done over the last weeks, months, who knows how long they've been putting into this, but they deserve a lot of credit for all the work that they do to host a great event for you all that's about to get started. So yeah, definitely thank your site organizers, and thanks from myself to you personally out there. I still am a site organizer here in Seattle, Washington, so I know what you've been going through, and we really appreciate all the hard work that you do to help us make this event what it is and do something great for your community. Definitely thanks to all of our jammers out there who are about to participate, whether this is your first Global Game Jam, your second Global Game Jam, your 5th, your 10th, your 15th, whatever. You're about to have a great time. You're in the right place. This is where you come to learn, to meet new people, to make new friends, to make some games and make some memories. And everybody is in a similar situation. They've either done this before or they haven't. And look to the people around the room, look to the people on your online platform to help you along the way, to maybe make a new friend that you never met before, to hear some of their ideas about making games and what kind of games that they want to make during the gym. Just listen to each other, support each other, make sure you get some rest, eat some good food, and have a great time. And yeah, we're excited. So enjoy Global Game Jam and Global Game Jam Next 2023. Thanks, everybody.
I'm Alexei Zvalov. I'm the regional coordinator of Global Game Jam in Ukraine, and also I'm an indie game developer and associate professor of Robert Elvorty Economical and Technological Institute. Today, I'd like to talk about the community. One of the core missions of the Global Game Jam is to bring together people who are fond of game development. Imagine a single person who's making games at home and showing them only to the close friends and family. They might not have the faintest idea on how many people share the same passion to game development in their own city, in their country, or in the whole world until they meet likely-minded people at the jam location. Ukraine joined the worldwide community of Global Game Jam in 2016, and this brought such an exciting feeling of connection and unification. It is so inspiring to look at the map and see that while you are brainstorming the game theme, producing visuals, or fixing those naughty bugs which always appear 10 minutes before the game submission, thousands of people in hundreds of cities across the whole world are doing the same. Online streams and cross-location video interviews further enhance this sense of belonging. You see that you are not alone. And so many people will understand you. It is incredible. Global Game Jam in Ukraine also served as a focal point for the local game dev community's growth. After the initial boost given by Global Game Jam in the beginning of the year, in January or February, we kept the community living via other events and sessions. Many teams continue to work on their games afterwards. And then they showcased these games at the international conferences. Often at these conferences, they had chance to meet face-to-face the Global Game Jam participants from other countries. And it is so joyful, helpful, and inspiring. Even switching to the online mode due to the pandemics didn't slow down the community creativity. Last Global Game Jam, we had over 350 developers and 55 games made in Ukraine. We were looking forward to expand all those exciting games, to establish new connections and launch new activities. But then, on the 24th of February 2022 was the day when Russia started the full-scale invasion against Ukraine, and when the first Russian missiles struck Ukrainian cities, killing innocent people. As soon as the news reached the other countries, we started receiving messages from our friends worldwide. This is another powerful sign of connection in the worldwide game development community which we experienced. The simple question, "How are you?" gained a whole new meaning for the Ukrainians since then. From a simple greeting phrase, it changed to a sign indicating that the person asking does really care. And this helped us stand. Your care, your support to those Ukrainians who had to leave the country, to those who had to stay and fight, to those who lost their houses, health, loved ones. All this helps. We are deeply thankful to all the help and support we are receiving from you, our friends. Today, if you look at the Global Game Jam map, you won't see locations in Ukraine. But this is a safety measure. No place in Ukraine can be safe from being a name of the Russian missiles. So we have to run our locations in the stealth mode. We hope to show you the games from Ukraine after the jam. And we never forget that if we have a chance to make games now, this is all thanks to the protection of Ukrainian defense forces and help we are receiving from our friends from the whole world. Sometimes it is said that games are a way to escape from reality. Sadly, but the reality might be such that it doesn't allow you to escape. War, which is right now fought against Ukraine, is such a case, and we must face this reality together. Therefore, I ask you to keep supporting Ukraine by increasing awareness and donations. There is fund Game Dev Under Bombs. It is run by the Game Development Conference organizers. There is a Comeback Alive fund. There is a President's Initiative United 24. It is possible to select a direction you want to help: medical aid, defense, or rebuilding. Your help can literally save lives. Thank you. For GGJ 2023, I wish you, first of all, peaceful jam. Sometimes we don't notice something until it's lost. Use this jam as a chance to strengthen your community connections. Look at the people at your location, if you are jamming physically, or at your chat if online. Don't be too shy to come to people around you and tell about yourself. Remember that those people have the same interests as you do. And if you feel that you have possibility, help less experienced Game Jam participants. Ask how are you question in a meaningful way. Have great and peaceful jam, and good luck to you.
Hello, Global Game Jammers. This is Ferishte Furuk, founder and executive director of Code to Inspire, the first coding school for girls and women in Afghanistan. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to the 23 Global Game Jam. At Code to Inspire, we address the perennial economic, cultural, and patriarchal challenges that girls and women in Afghanistan face by providing a one-year after-school program in a safe environment. To date, we've educated more than 350 girls in our coding and graphic design classes. By providing a free technical education in a safe environment, we want to narrow the gender gap in education participation, social empowerment, and economic growth in Afghanistan. In 2019, a group of our students in the game development class came up with the idea to create a game with a female superhero from Afghanistan, the Afghan hero Game Girl. The game features a young Afghan girl whose parents are captured by a witch. Our students wanted to create a game that included a girl who looked like them in a heroic decision-making role so that the other young women could see themselves as powerful figures. Knowledge is power, and technology is the tool for this empowerment. Gaming is a great way for both educational and entertainment purposes. That's why we use this tool as a way to raise more awareness in the community about women in technology and gaming. Sadly, with what happened in Afghanistan, August 2021, with the Taliban taking over the country, girls and women of Afghanistan since then have been deprived to access basic fundamental human rights such as education, work, freedom of movement, that many girls around the world are taking it for granted. During this critical moment for the girls and women of Afghanistan, Code to Inspire remains resilient in the fight to keep educating more girls and provide more opportunities for them to access global economy in order to support themselves and change their lives and their family's future. We want to make sure that we can provide any opportunity to these girls that any young girl deserves around the world. As Rumi, 13th century Farsi poet said, "Where there is ruin, there is hope for a treasure. Girls and women of Afghanistan are treasures, and by investing in their education, we are going to build Afghanistan 2.0. I wish you all the best with much inspiration and creativity to change the world for a better place. Thank you so much."
So, we said we were making an action game, right?
Yeah, in a fantasy world.
With robots. It has to have robots.
And the online multiplayer.
What?
What?
Dude, are you crazy? Making multiplayer games is 100 times harder than single player.
Gas.
You're right, multiplayer is usually 100 times harder. But with coherence, it's only 17 times harder.
Only 17? That's insane.
You mean coherence at Coherence.io, right?
Right. Coherence really is the fastest way to make multiplayer games, even during a game jam. Wouldn't it be cool if you could play your game together online?
Hey, guys, look, I already got something running.
Wow!
Seriously?
Yeah, just 2 boxes syncing, but it's a start.
Fascinating.
See? If you want to try it yourself, you can get more information at coherence.io/GGJ.
Hi, my name is Jabari Ali, and I am a systems designer with Skydance Interactive and an innovation educator with the Hidden Genius Project. And I'm very excited to welcome you to the Global Game Jam. Wow, this is going to be quite a jam. I hope you're ready. I hope you're excited. You know, man, let's do it, right? And so for me, Game Jams has been just an inspiration, right? It really gave me that courage to really make this my career, making games. I actually started out in audio, doing music and sound design. And then slowly, after going to jams and finding cool people to make games with, I started to learn how to do other things. I started learning how to do gameplay design, gameplay engineering, UI, project management, the whole thing. And so I really recommend, maybe you're on the fence or you're not sure if you have the time. I really recommend doing the jam. It's going to be great for you. And the biggest thing is just understanding that the commitment level, like how intense it is up to you, right? You can keep it light, you can keep it small, or you could go all in and, do crazy all-nighters and make something, make something huge. But it's just about the experience, right? And so my first little piece of advice actually is understanding the why. Why do you want to do the jam? So for me, it started out with, I just wanted to have fun. I was like, wow, I can make a game and I can, kick it with some fellow nerds and just be weird and just be crazy and make some cool stuff. And so that was my why to begin with, right? So I kept it real lighthearted and just wanted to have fun and share my skills and kind of get better. But, maybe you have a different thing. Maybe you want to go in there and you want to make some real strong contacts and you want to find some people to work with later on major projects. Or maybe you've got some things you've been working on that you're really good at, but you need a team to actually get it out there. You're an artist, but you need a coder to work with to get your art in the game. Whatever your why is, understand it, and really make that part of your focus, right? That will keep you motivated throughout the jam, keep you centered, keep you focused. Okay, so figure out your why. And then the next really important thing to do is, what are you bringing to the table? What are your strengths, right? And don't hold back, right? It's okay to flex a little bit, right? Because a lot of people that you're probably working with, they haven't met you before, they haven't seen what you're doing, right? So Get your portfolio together. Don't be shy. Let people know what you can do. And really think about, okay, hey, this is what I can bring to the table. And I actually really recommend that even if you're a jack of all trades or, hey, I can do anything, I really recommend that you pick one thing to focus on for the jam, right? Even if you can do art, code, design, and all that, pick one. Maybe you're like, hey, this time I'm just going to do design. And that can really allow you to hone that skill, but also give other people the opportunity to, pick up those other areas, right? And it's really beneficial to work on a team. You make great connections. You're able to get more done. So I recommend that you figure out what your strength is, what role do you want to have for the jam, and then find other people to work with, right? And if you have your own idea, please write a game design document. Now, it doesn't have to be long. It could be just half a page, but just having a little something to keep everybody centered, right, will go a long way, right? So, figure out what do you want to do? What is your role for this jam? And then, fill in the blanks, right? Hop on the forums, hop in the Discord, hop on the social media, right? Talk to people, share your portfolio, comment on other people's posts, and just really get yourself out there, right? And don't be shy. So what's your role? What do you need? Find your team, okay? And it's okay if you don't know right away. Maybe you all just like platformers and you're like, hey, we're going to make something, but we're figuring it out, right? So find your team, find the game that you're going to make. And then when you do, keep it simple. You don't have a lot of time, okay? It'll go by in the blink of an eye, right? So one mechanic, right? Maybe your mechanic is just jumping or dashing through walls or, being able to, throw cheesecake, whatever it is, right? Pick your one mechanic and then make sure it's fun, okay? Don't wait till day 3 to see if the mechanic is even fun. You want to experience that mechanic on the first day, honestly, within the first few hours. That is priority number 1. What is the mechanic? Design it and be able to actually experience it in the game, in an actual build too. Don't stay in the editor. Don't spend too much time in the editor. You want to play test early and often, okay, in an actual build, okay? And then, you'll hear this a lot. Honestly, you want to be kind of on top of your scheduling and your roadmap, right? Day 1, get your mechanic. Day 2, get the complete slice of the game. I can play from beginning to end, right? I have a start screen. I have a victory screen, right? And then day 3, now I'm making it nice and pretty with all the bells and whistles and the animations and the sound effects and the music and all of that, okay? And remember, it just is a demo. A demo is enough. It doesn't have to be the full game. It could be one level. It could take 5 minutes to play the game that you're making. You can keep it light, right? Don't put too much of a burden on yourself, okay? But yeah, just really think about that first little bit, the why. Are you here just to have fun? Are you here to make connections? Are you here to hone your skills? Maybe, all 3, maybe something else, but think about your why. Let that be your ground. Let that be your focus. And most of all, please, have fun, meet some cool people, and don't be afraid to let it carry on after the jam. Honestly, my first jam, we went on to work on some really cool projects afterwards. So yeah, if you meet some people you really like working with, then, keep making games with them. Or if you make a project that's just, wow, this is so amazing. Yeah, continue that project afterwards, right? But yeah, super excited for this jam. I hope you are too. And best of luck to you. Have fun. Bye.
theme is roots. Sorry it took so long to get there. It always, I mean, there's some good information in there. A lot of what we'll kind of be going over anyways throughout this weekend. And then, as they mentioned before, if you go on the Global Game Jam website, there's all kind of resources for like 30-day trials or whatnot. So if you do want to try a tool out for free, they have quite a few things in there. We can help you kind of circumvent that stuff. And I'm going to cut it. So let me go ahead and get on with it, right? Right. So, something I'm going to try to help you guys out with is if you need information throughout this entire weekend, and we're going to be here, but if we're not, how do you find information, right? So we have everything in one document called the Event Details document. If you go to thecogg.com, you will find on the front page. I got an eye on me. You'll find this little banner at the top. That is our Global Game Jam website, or thecogg.com/GGJ, right? And that'll give you all your information that you've seen before. It's got our meetup page. You can look in there, or you can just click on the buy ticket. That has all the information too. So this is the information if you bought like a Eventbrite ticket. In the details gives you a lot of things that I'm going to be going over today. The biggest thing is this event details guide. What's that? Oh, that is Cody. he's another COGG member. Yeah. So we've been using this as a great resource for you if you want to watch our live streams like today. This will take you right to it. Channel. So later today when we've got the stream up, it'll all be here. Right now we've got the kickoff event. Later on Sunday we will have the ending ceremony. That's going to be the two events in this room. So be sure to be ready during those times. So this gives you a little synopsis of what Global Game Jam is. Essentially, it's a 48-hour-ish game jam event where you get to work with all kinds of people at your site, along with other game jam sites all around the world. So from Hawaii all the way to our location, they're all making their own game jam games. And eventually, once they upload all their games, you can play any and every single game that you want to, whether it's our site or anywhere around the world. We start at 7 p.m. today and end at 7 p.m. on Sunday. Obviously with breaks in between. We do encourage the ability... Do you want me to kind of... Ooh, now that I'm sitting, because I'm... There. All right. So, if you want... We encourage people to take breaks often. That's what this space is going to be for. So until Sunday, this... Stand up and do jumping jacks. Yes. Please. Stretch. Do what you need to do. Don't just sit all day. Make sure you're walking around, checking in with people, talking with folks. This is going to be the quiet room. So we have couches in here. If you have sleeping bags or cots or anything like that, you can use this space in here. If you have equipment that you need locked, just let us know. We might be able to get you like a room back here to kind of lock it. Ken and the great folks at GameArena are going to be able to help you with those supplies. Any and all of those computers, including these up here, just note if someone's like taking a rest in here to be quiet. All the computers are available to use. So if you need to use them, there's basically a side that they use for the esports division for video games and an admin side that is unlocked for you to download any software you need. Obviously, please don't download anything that is a potential virus or malicious intent. We'll help you with some of those resources that you can download for free, but you can use it as you would your own computer. So if you don't have a powerful enough computer or if you find it to be difficult to use, they have some really sweet machines, sweet rigs in here. So definitely use that. We are a bit limited supply on our monitors, but if you do want to use one, you can rent it for the whole weekend for $5. We have some folks that are deciding to do that. But otherwise, you can use your own, or if you want to use a laptop, that's A-OK. Just let us know how we can help you in that regards, and I'm sure we can work things out. So in the facility, if you need bathrooms, they're over here on my left, your right. There's the men's in the front, and then in the far corner, there's a women's and then a both gender bathroom. So all weekend, you can use that. Essentially, what we have is a kind of a bar food station. So if you want to grab anything for breakfast, you can pay for like a ramen or a snack or something like that. There's a shelf next to that which has granola bars and chips. Those are all free to grab. We call that brain food. So throughout the weekend, if you need something to eat, please do grab that. We'll be restocking that throughout the week. If you need something, please don't bring in outside food, partially just because of computers and stuff, but also get the availability to buy stuff here. But that being the case, if you do want some food, there is plenty of options around here. Chipotle, there's Mexican food, there's all kinds of different foods once you get past the highway as well. There's a Target if you want to grab stuff. A lot of it's also in walking distance as well, so definitely check it out. There's all kinds of places to go. So I think most of you have already done this when you checked in, but if you haven't yet, please do grab a name tag and or get the waiver sign, and that just basically says like, hey, I will not destroy this building. That's all that really means. And other people's stuff too, right? Just be respectful. We're a very family-friendly event or organization, so we just like to treat people how we would like to be treated, so just be mindful of that. So yeah, so you can come in with your monitor, computer, mouse, laptop. We will be providing prototyping supplies tonight, so things like pens, paper, whiteboards, markers. We do have Legos. I saw we do have Legos. We have Play-Doh. We have all kinds of stuff. There's basically in the desk back there, there's a table in the corner next to the bathrooms. There is PPP supplies, so if you want masks, wipe things down, gloves, everything you need. You can do whatever you want to day to day. We'll be working to keep the facility clean as we go. But there's also a first aid kit up there and the prototype or prototyping supplies, right? So if you need anything up there, just grab it as you need to. Bring it back when you're done. Feel free to use that as you need. Parking is free all weekend, obviously. Please do, as we said, take time to take a break. Please sleep. Rest as you need to. You can jam the entire weekend, but I will tell you it's going to be a challenge at the end. So please do take a break, even if it's for like an hour, 30 minutes at a time. You can go home and come back. All we ask is that you communicate that with your team so that they can prepare and say, hey, it's like midnight. I'm going to come back at like 3 or 6 or whatever. Let them know. And you guys can coordinate that, right? So just be kind of mindful of that because everybody's working together, right? Just shower and bathe, as you need. It's kind of a common thing, but it's a good thing to note. We do have a list in here of local restaurants. This is just kind of a Google map. So if you need to kind of see what's around here, this is GameArena, and there's so zoom in. There's a Starbucks over here within walking distance if you need to. Should be able to get coffee here too. Yes. Yes. There's Lowe's Home Improvement. If for some reason you have some crazy thing that you want to build, but that's something else to note as well. As funny as that is, most people do digital games, but most people don't also know that you can do board games. So if you don't want to do a digital game, we have options and availability instructions on how to upload your board game, card game, what have you. So if that's what you're interested in, you can definitely do that. Down here are some common resources. We kind of copy these over year to year, but to be honest, what I would do is click on this globalgamejam.org/jammer resources build. So if you're like, I have no idea where to start, this would be a good place to start looking into. They have, I think my favorite one is this Google Doc Jammer resources. And it's a kind of Wikipedia of all kinds of resources. So if you need to find a 3D modeling tool, 2D modeling tool, coding, assets, these are usually all public domain, free to use. So if you need to grab something, this is a great way to grab that. And you can kind of see these are some things you can use. And this is great too. So if later down the road you need to start making a game, you can come here. I usually use this as a way to find some new audio tool or something. So there's a lot on here. I just kind of look at this. Trello is a great task management tool. I suggest that a lot if you guys are brainstorming stuff tonight and you need some task lists. Just start throwing it on there in cards, and it's a great free way to kind of start to make tasks. Hack and Plan's the same way. GIMP's a drawing tool. Krita's a drawing tool. Kind of going down to some 3D work. Audacity is an audio tool. Freesound's audio resource for free. And Comtect is a great one. That game I was playing, I very much know is from this website because I know that music. So Incomtect is a great free resource for music that you may want to bring into your game. A lot of folks use that because it's easy to use. Unity 3D is a common one to use. It's free. Unreal Engine is another free one. GameMaker is one that I think is now free, but at any given chance, those are free trials, so you'd have plenty of time to use it this weekend. Construct 2 is another engine. There's also Construct 3, which is an online version of Construct. So if you're interested in that, you can use that. We've used BuildBox in the past. Twine is a narrative story, so if you want to make a narrative game with choices, you could use that. And Extra Credits has a great YouTube channel if you're looking to learn how to make games from scratch. They kind of, do a lot of great information. So yeah, definitely look at some of that. I wanted to bring up the schedule for the weekend. This is a really broad schedule. So let me see if I can zoom in. All right. So we are here, right? Intros and theme reveal. Afterwards, we're going to start to form groups and do some social exercises, or really just get to know each other and talk about what kind of games you want to make. We're going to do some ideation and pitches and task roles. So you guys will start to brainstorm, essentially, the rest of the night. And you could start prototyping, but we'll probably have you start doing that tomorrow. So feel free to kind of stay as late as you need to start to, tinker around some things once you got your ideas done. And usually what we say on Saturday is you'll start to hit around breakfast at 9. And what we want you to start to do, it doesn't have to be at 10 a.m. It could be in the evening. But we want you, if you haven't done so already, to register on the Global Game Jam COGG website. So this website should be in the documents. Yeah. Brain fog. Yes, right here. So this is our COGG website for the Columbus, Ohio Game Dev Group. And what you need to do, if you haven't done so already, is go in, you can register an account and basically get with your team, and you guys will make a team on the website, right? So we can help you walk through that process. So once you get there, just let us know. It's a really quick, easy thing to do. And that's team is how you'll be able to credit each other, and then you'll have one person who's going to upload the game on Sunday, right? And what we encourage people to do on Saturday at the end of the day is to upload literally anything on the website, because that'll kind of get you through the process of understanding what that's like, and then be able to go through and have something up there that later will be a lot easier to update when you actually have a lot of files to put up there. It could literally just be a text document that says placeholder game. And so we can walk you through that process. So once you get through that portion, you will be able to, I was going through this. Yes, you will be able to start to go into production towards the end of the day, right? And we might have sections in here if you guys want to do a talk, or I know like John, you were talking about hosting some like video on a TV with a documentary. You know, we might have some things going on. So if you guys, you know, need a break or something, we'll try to have something towards Saturday or whatnot. Then on Sunday, continue the production process all the way through breakfast, and then after breakfast, there you can start to finalize things. At 9 o'clock, you really should be done with making new stuff, right? You don't want to be making new stuff after 9 o'clock on Sunday. You can, not saying you can't, but you really just want to start nailing things down. If things are clearly broken, or if you don't have an end part of your game, start to finalize that. And then right around 3 o'clock, we'll start uploading things. So from 3 to 5, we'll ask you to start uploading your game. So again, if you've uploaded the first time, this should be easier. The really cool thing about this facility that we have never had in the past is we have really high speed internet. We have gig up. Yeah, it's definitely up. Yes, we have Ethernet cables. So if you need to connect, which reminds me, if you can't get connected, I mean, essentially you see like a little orange cable over there you can connect, right? And there's a lot of them over there on the computers. But if for some reason you can't, you need the Wi-Fi. The guest's name is GA Hillard, so GameArena Hillard, and the password is GameArena, capital G, capital A, no spaces, right? So pretty easy, just the GameArena. So that should be easy enough to get in through, and I think that's 300 megabytes down, so it's still pretty quick. But that's the great thing, so you're not going to be running with any issues, knock on wood, right? Although I will say that uploading to the Jam website will be another story, so that's why you have 2 hours to upload. So try to do it as soon as possible. We have told folks that if you do have issues, I mean, we're going to be there, right? We're going to be helping you out. Our goal is to at least gather any form of your game by around 5 o'clock. Even if it's not uploaded to the Global Game Jam website, I will tell you, they do give you time afterwards. We do encourage people to do it during the event for the sake of 48 hours. But if you're like, oh, I haven't uploaded it, then we will help you out, right? And again, uploading the first one is going to be super critical, because if you don't make a team by the time, the Game Jam is over, you can't make it after the Game Jam event is over, which is over on Sunday. So definitely try to get that initial thing done. But nevertheless, if you do have a team and you have uploaded anything at all, for the next couple of days, you can upload a version of it. And you can even upload different versions of it. That's fine. It's not a big deal. It's not a competition. It's just there to have fun. So you can upload as you need to. And then, we'll have an ending ceremony at 6 o'clock for about an hour. We will play your games just like we're streaming now. Caleb and I are going to help you out, and we're just going to go through the games and talk about them and have some fun playing what you've been making all weekend. So, do you have questions about the schedule? Kind of makes sense. That's a good question. So the theme route can be interpreted any way you want to. It could be an acronym, it can be a word, it can be the meaning of, like they talked about generations, roots, right? They talk about roots in plants or roots in teeth. However you want to interpret it is up to you and your team. So, and that's the fun part, is people will kind of do all kinds of cool stuff.
Title doesn't have to have.
Right.
You can do whatever. You don't even have to justify what you do.
Exactly, yes.
Just for inspiration.
So in this document, there are the live stream events links in here too. So if you do want to see that, feel free to use that. If you do post and stream, we are working to take pictures. If you don't want your picture, please let me know. This is just, so we can share the cool stuff that you're working on. We're happy to not take your photo, but we would love to share what you guys are working on. So just let us know. We're happy to kind of do stuff. So. And make different. So, but that being the case, we will be streaming your games live. So if you obviously don't want that, just let us know. We can do that as well. But we want to share. We want to share all this. So if also you share this online, please try to use the the hashtag COGGJam23. And you can use the Global Game Jam hashtag as well, GGJ23. And that just helps get people to see your stuff better. And then in here, towards the entering game section, these are instructions on how to upload your game, right? So it kind of talks a little bit about how to make the zip file. And to get the folder structure, there's this link for the instructions. And then this folder structure is literally the zip file that you create. It's not the end of the world if you don't put it in the right thing. It just helps people to, when they download it, to see what they're looking at. Oh, one last thing is there are a thing called Diversifiers. So they've asked the communities like, hey, let's do some cool little challenges. So when you're uploading the game, you will be able to check off little boxes called Diversifiers. If you feel like your game has met that Diversifier, then it's kind of like a fun little achievement, right? You can say, I've done all these Diversifiers.
Generally, this is a thing you just...
Yes. So you can feel free to go through these, make memories, create a game that has at least one moment that everyone who plays it will remember. It could be something delightful, a jump scare, an epic climax, an epiphany, but make it memorable. So you kind of get the idea, right? You can go through these and say, hey, let's make sure we do something neat. There was one where all the sound effects are made by mouth sounds. One year. That was like a lot of fun. One of our teams did that. So yeah, just look through this, see if there's anything you might be inspired to do, and maybe even look into it tonight. Maybe these inspire you to make something unique about your game. So yeah, feel free to go through those. And then just at the end, it has our contact info. So it's got our website, our email, our YouTube channel, and our Discord. So that takes us to our last bit on our Discord. If you want to use our Discord to use communication, so say if you're going home and you want to connect to everybody in your team, you can feel free to use that. We will make you a channel for your team. Just let us know. Some of you do have some members that are remote, which is fine. You can do that. But what we've been telling folks is that we will not be supporting online this year as much as we have in the past year, just because we don't have the necessary resources to do so. So if you do have someone that's remote, it is up to your team to make sure you communicate with them well so that they are able to make sure they feel involved and whatnot. And we will be poking our head in from time to time, but we want to make sure that no one is like so-called left behind and feel like, you know, they're just kind of in a silo. So please do talk to them, make them feel involved, maybe even have meetings online. And what we'll do is once you click on this Discord link, running. You can go to our COGG server, and then, yes, COGG, thank you. You can scroll down. They have our usual community category, but below that is our Game Jam category. Now, you're not going to see all of this necessarily, but it will start with the public chat channel. So you can use that to start talking away. We're going to update this README. I got to update some information there. But yeah, you can kind of use some of these as you need to. Looking for help, I don't know if that's going to be available. It's not really necessary this year. But the big one is we're going to create for you a channel that looks like this, right? So when you connect, it'll have a little volume there, and you can click it again. And what will happen is you will show up as a person. So if you have someone remote, or if you want to, do a team huddle real quick with your group, you can stream in here. You can share your screen with this button, so you can click a screen if you need to. You can mute yourself or whatnot. But this is a great way if you need to get together and say you're in separate parts of the building, or if you're at home and you're trying to talk to someone before you leave. A great way to kind of talk to each other online. So definitely use if you need to. Let us know if you want to. We will make for you a channel that you can use. You can upload files to that. So if you need to swap files, it's a great way to do that. But you can also obviously use other things like Google Drive and Dropbox and all that good stuff too. So yeah, I think that's all I have for the event details. A little short shout out. I just want to do a thank you for GameArena working with us to do make this happen. It's been, like they said, a couple weeks to months working on this. And if you're interested in events like this, definitely check out our COGG website. They have more information about who we are, where our events are, and all our social media. If you want to find more events, this M will take you to our meetup page, which has all our events. We also have a conference coming up. I wanted to do a shout out to Shawnee State. They have a conference coming up in March 10th through 11th. So if you want to showcase a game, like you guys might be making a game soon, right? This would be a great place to go. They have speakers, they have workshops. If you're familiar with GDEX, it's similar to that. They have a lot of educators coming in to talk about game development around Ohio, around the area. So definitely check them out, March 10th through 11th. Just kind of a little shout out for an event coming up. And yeah, I think that's about all.
Big shout out and clapping for GameArena. GameArena!
Yes. Thank you. Does anybody have any questions so far? Yes. Yes, this room, we're going to push back the chairs, and we'll be closing up, the doors a bit more. This will be a place to rest. So if you want to, use this place to sleep, take a rest, you can feel free to do so. We can, yes, turn down the lights. They play some nice soft music for you from Rune Factory. But yeah, this will be your space. That being said, please do make sure that if you are in here to please be quiet if you can, because people are going to be resting. It's going to be an intense weekend, right? So please use that. That being said, there is room all over here. This is your space, right? So feel free to use it as you need to. If you need to move chairs, if you need to do that stuff. I mean, obviously, if it's a big thing like a couch, let GameArena help you out with that. We can help you with that. But like I said, the computers are free to use. The monitors are limited supply, so they're $5 for the weekend. Just let us know if you need help with that. But otherwise, Ethernet availability, tables if you need to. Yeah. Any other questions? Did that help you answer? Okay. Yes. GameArena staff will be here the whole time. COGG staff will be here the whole time. Definitely towards the end of the night, it might be a little bit less people, just because we'll have the grave night shift, or is that how you say that? Graveyard shift, yes.
But always at least one of GameArena and one of COGG.
Right, yes. So we're always here, happy to help, but yeah, just let us know like what we can do to help you. We've done this for many years, so I'm sure there's ways to do that. Yes, any other questions? Oh, you're good. Yes. Yeah, so what I would suggest is, based on the way that the building is laid out, is to find like either a row of desks or a couple of tables, or like there's a room over there that, I'm sure a lot of you might want to use. It's enclosed space. Just a grouping of tables that you guys can work in and try to work next to, but it doesn't mean you have to. It will be better if you can be closer to each other so that you can talk to them. So I would suggest try to find like a grouping of computers that you can go to, or tables, and yeah, do it from there, and then you guys can share stuff. Yeah.
I recommend GitHub.
Yes. Yes, and we can help you with that. So yeah, source control is going to be good if you're using something especially super complex or can get complex. GitHub is a great free tool that allows you to essentially take stuff from your computer, push it to an online cloud, and then anybody connected to that cloud can pull it down, the same thing that you have. And then they can do the same thing again. And so each of you will have that version. So, and we can, some of you that might be new, right? And that's kind of the exciting part of this weekend is maybe you want to learn a little bit of source control, and that would be a great thing to kind of showcase. So, yeah. Any other questions? Yes. 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 Sure. What's your background? Music. Music. Okay, so artistic creative. Yes.
Music Skittles.
Yes.
Anybody can use music Skittles.
Okay. Yes. If nobody else has the questions.
Okay.
Yeah. Anybody? Yes. Anybody can use. Yes. We can, to my okay, that's a good question. So the way those computers work is they have one side that's just dedicated to games. When people come in, they rent the space and they want to play Dota or something. They will play that game. Then the other side is an admin side that is, to my, if I'm remembering this right, when I was at Gateway, GameArena and Gateway, you can download stuff or whatever you need, and then they can just, with a flip of the button, wipe it all. But that being, right, exactly. So yeah, it's meant to be used for you software-wise. You can download. Yes. Let me get with Ken, but yeah, they have a certain type of software that basically controls that specifically. Yes.
When you say side, you mean?
Right. Yes. On the same computer, there's two sides. Yeah, the game side and the. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, so we'll help you out with that. Ken's going to be the one that's going to, help us get coordinated with that. So we'll make sure each team understands how to use those computers. Is there anybody in here that is going to use a GameArena computer? They think. Yes. 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 Okay. Cool. And if you decide to later, that's okay. Yeah. Good questions. Yeah, really good questions. Anybody else? Yes, it is fast. Here, let me.
Up and down.
Show
If
you.
you are thinking of a multiplayer, this is the place for it. It's 48 hours.
Watch the dive.
Well, this is just Wi-Fi.
I get like 900.
Yeah. So it's.
If you plug in Ethernet, it's.
You guys would be good. So. Yeah. Any other questions? Yes.
Not a question, but.
Oh yeah. Shout out to you all. It's been, a very humbling last couple of years with how challenging things are, with groups in person, online. But to be honest, all of you have been here every single step of the way. You're all why it makes it all worth it. It's great to see everybody grow. It's good to see new faces. So without you, it wouldn't be worth it. It would be, we love doing this. I mean, if we didn't love doing this, I would not be doing this for 13 years, right? So just keep making games. That's all we ask. So yeah.
Please feel free to shoot this down.
Sure.
For those trying to form teams and like. Well, we won't individually. We got a plan. Okay,
Yeah, we have a
You
plan.
got a plan.
Yeah.
That's coming next. That's coming next.
Drop from a hat.
Yeah. What's that?
I'm gonna drop from a hat.
Sort of.
All right. Are we ready to roll? That
Yeah.
Is that good? Ready to get
Yeah,
going?
we'll talk about that. So let me make sure there's not any lingering questions. Ready to get started? Yeah. You guys ready to get started?
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so we've done this a couple